Hello and welcome back into the Ace in the Hole Sports Podcast. We're back and we finally got around to doing one of these. And I can tell you what, as your only ever two-time champ, I would like to thank you for being here. Thank you for, tuning in, showing up. And with me, as always, we have Eli and Austin. Eli, how you feeling tonight? We had our first week of football. How you feeling?
I don't. Week 1 fucking sucked.
Because
I
you're the
have
football
25
guy.
leagues of fantasy football, and I won 1. Fucking 1. Fucking 1.
Well, on the bright side, it didn't matter whether you were following, the team
Just
you
one
followed
loss
before this season or the
other.
team you decided to follow this season. You're 0-1 both ways. So, yeah. Yep. And as always, Austin, how you feeling tonight, Austin? How you doing?
Oh, kiss my
I'm
ass.
feeling fine. I won my fantasy game because I didn't take 2 quarterbacks within the top 5 picks.
Oof.
So,
Oof.
you took Josh Allen round 1 and then Aaron Rodgers round 5. What do you mean, kiss your ass? You were in 25
I did grab
leagues,
Aaron
you only won
Rodgers
one of them.
fifth
What
round.
does
I
that
forgot
tell you
about that.
you're drafting?
I wasn't expecting Aaron Rodgers to get hurt. There was a bunch of hype behind him, and then...
We'll get into that here in a second.
All I'm saying is I am doing fine. I won my match. I'm chilling.
And in case this is your first time tuning into the Ace in the Hole Sports Podcast, let me give you a quick little rundown for you. So we will go from Eli covering the world of the NFL and American football. I will then cover the European football and motorsport. Not a lot has changed. Max Verstappen wins every weekend. Then we'll kick it over to Austin, who will have our coverage of the MLB as the playoff race tightens as we get nearer and nearer to October.
The race for October has begun.
Eli, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
So do we have to introduce us?
Well, if you want to, I was about to say, if you want to take a second, I can go over the power rankings while you gather your thoughts, because I know there's a lot going on up there.
And then I can get my week 1.
Week 1 situated. Was a lot.
All right, so first week of NFL football means first week of power rankings. At the very, very top, number 1, San Francisco 49ers. They had an absolutely great showing against the Steelers. So, there's no reason for them not to be there. They were 4th in the preseason rankings, jumped up to 1. That defense is stellar. Second is the Eagles. 3rd, Kansas City Chiefs. I know Eli feels very strongly about the Kansas City Chiefs. Rashee Rice is the story coming out of this game if you don't want to talk about Kadarius Toney. The story coming out of this game is Rashee Rice. Debut of Rashee Rice this week against the Lions. I think he did phenomenal. I said coming into the season, I don't think I said on the podcast, but coming into the season, I felt like Rashee Rice was going to be a solid number 2. Maybe he started out as a solid 3, work his way up to being a solid number 2, and he showed all of that this week. 4th is the Cowboys. 5th are the Dolphins. 6 are the Ravens. 7 are the Detroit Lions. Also, fun fact, this is the first time, I think, in the history of the NFL that the Browns, Raiders, Lions, and Jacksonville are all 1-0 to start the year. Speaking of Jacksonville, number 8, they were 11th in the preseason. Buffalo Bills at 9 dropped 5 spots and are in free fall after getting beat by the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets. And then the Los Angeles Chargers round out your top 10, who were at 9. They were at 9 to start the season, so they only fell 1 spot. Jets up at 12. The Bengals down at 13. They were number 3 in the preseason. Joe Shiesty, absolute dog shit performance. Did not perform at all. Green Bay Packers jumped up 6 spots to 14. Absolutely laid it on the Chicago Bears. New England Patriots stayed the same. They stayed at 17. Raiders up to 19 from 23 in the preseason. Jimmy Garoppolo was their star player that game, according to ESPN. The Vikings fell 5 spots to 20. Commanders up 4 spots to 21. Rams up 5 spots to 22. Tampa Bay up 6 spots at 24. The Giants are in free fall. They're at 16 to begin the preseason. They're now at 25. Tennessee fell 1 spot. Carolina fell 6 spots. The Colts fell 1 spot. And then the Texans and Cardinals round out your final 2 who did not move at all. 31 and 32 in that order, Texans, Arizona. Just to kind of get the ball rolling a little bit to talk about the NFL as a whole. Obviously, the big story coming into this season and this week was quarterback Anthony Richardson for the Colts. Only 13 starts in his entire collegiate career. And this was the story coming in. And I got to say, they lost. I'm not necessarily disappointed. I will say, I've said this ad nauseum. Once again, I can't remember if I said this on the podcast or not. The biggest setback Anthony Richardson will have is his throwing mechanics. Bro does not throw a ball over his head. He releases it from his shoulder. He doesn't bring it up and release it up. He releases it sideways from, I watched it all preseason, and I was telling everyone that would listen to me, you get a competent line in front of his face, they're going to get batted down left and right. What did Jacksonville do? Literally going into, I think, halftime, he had like 4 or 5 batted down passes because he doesn't get the ball up. That's the biggest setback that Anthony Richardson will have. Also, biggest setback he'll have is himself, because he said himself that he likes running and hitting the defense. He likes hitting the defenders to give them that little pop to kind of show them that he means business. He does that, his ass is going to be fucking out of the league in 5 years. He's going to catch on quick. Eli,
So are we introducing the new concept we talked about beforehand, though? Of the segments? All right. So, throwing into it, I had to come up with a segment name. Best thing I came up with, don't give me that look, Cliff. Shut the hell up. You had to come up with one, too. Best thing I could come up with is, as the ball is getting rolling, into the red zone with Elijah Red. Best thing I had going into it. Best thing. That's the best thing I had going into it. I am going to
That's good.
run through all of week 1, just so you all can get quickly recapped. We had the Lions and Chiefs Thursday night. It was 21-20. Bengals Browns 24-3. Browns pulling out a nice win. Lions pulled out a win with the Chiefs. Fucking Chiefs. Ravens Texans 25-9. Ravens were able to pull out the win. Buccaneers and Vikings 20-17. Baker leading into that one. I'm sure Austin loves that so much. 24-10.
Baker
Falcons
Mayfield.
Panthers. Falcons with the win. 2016.
Don't get me started.
Almost the same as the Buccaneers Vikings. The Commanders pulling it off against the Cardinals. 31-21. Jaguars Colts, because fucking Anthony Richardson. 49ers Steelers 30-7. 49ers winning. Saints Titans 16-15. Raiders Broncos 17-16. Saints won their game. Raiders won theirs. Eagles winning over the Patriots 25-20. Rams beating the Seahawks 30-13. Dolphins winning 36-34 against the Chargers. Packers winning 38-20 against the Bears. Blowout game to finish off Sunday night was Cowboys-Giants 40-0. And then overtime game yesterday night. 16-22. Jets beat the Bills, and that game comes with a punt return. Comes with sad news as well of
On a punt
Aaron
return.
Rodgers, who was
on a
hyped
punt
up
return.
all summer long. What was he doing? Oh, he's going to the Jets. What's going to happen? Hard Knocks hit him hard with it. And then he, tore his Achilles and is out for the season? He's gone.
Out for the season.
Out for the season.
After
He is
four
gone.
snaps. 4 snaps, tears his Achilles, and he's gone.
It's wild.
Interesting
that.
week, to say the least.
Imagine being a Jets fan. Jets, man. It's sad.
They still
Nothing
won, though.
like
I don't know why they'd be sad. They still won, though. Zach
Nothing
Wilson
like
led them to a win against the Buffalo Bills.
That's fair.
No.
I just think it's ironic that a Jets career, crashed and burned on 9/11.
Since we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, who do you bring in to fill in that hole? Because they don't have
Zach
another
Wilson.
quarterback.
Throw it
They
on a
don't have
dime.
another
Like
quarterback
he ain't
on their
even
entire
trying.
roster other than Zach Wilson. They don't have an emergency QB.
You saying Trace McSorley?
So here's my thing. You very clearly told Zach Wilson he is not a starting caliber quarterback by going and getting Aaron Rodgers. So they don't believe in Zach Wilson. So who do they bring in? You've got Carson Wentz, you got Cam Newton, you've got Colt McCoy, you've got Nick Foles. You could trade for Jacoby Brissett. There's a lot of different ways you could go. You could trade for Jameis Winston if you wanted to.
I think.
Well, at least New York doesn't have crab legs.
I don't think they go
I'm a
for
big
Jameis.
Winston
And
fan. I love Jameis Winston.
I'm trying to think of
I
offers
know.
in free agency. Could we potentially, and this is going to be completely
Famous
out
Jameis,
there,
baby.
could we potentially see? There's one
that man ate
guy
a W.
who, as the season was beginning, made his way around social media all over the place because he wore an Eagles and a Commanders and a Colts gear practicing. Could we potentially see Carson Wentz get picked up? I'm not saying play. I'm saying get picked up
Carson Wentz.
by the Jets because he is free agent. He's out there. He's not the best out there. So is Matt Ryan, but
You know who else is a free agent? I was ready to say Matt Ryan is still dead set that he's going to play this year. And his first analyst gig, he said on air, if a team comes a calling, I'm a leaving. Another quarterback who still thinks he has a shot at playing this year, Joe Flacco, former Jets quarterback.
What?
Joe Flacco believes
Joe Flacco?
you know who else still believes he
Joe
has a spot in the
Flacco
NFL
still
team?
believes that he has a spot on an NFL
Cam
team.
freaking Newton. Cam Newton thinks he's better than 32 starting quarterbacks.
Elite Joe Flacco. That's not how the quote goes, Eli.
I don't think so. I've never been high on Cam Newton because he was a flash in the pan.
I ain't saying you're wrong.
You can't even tell me
I've
I'm
said
wrong.
that Cam Newton
What did
wasn't
he do
anything.
after that 1 year he won the MVP? He had one good year at Auburn. He had one good year in the NFL, and that's why he's not
Cam
playing
Newton,
anywhere
the
right
one
now.
year, yes, he showed something. After that, he showed absolutely nothing. He came back to Carolina. He went to the Patriots. I called that he wasn't going to do jack shit there. He went back to Panthers. I think he had one good game, 2 good games maybe, and then went to absolutely sucking ass. Where's he been since?
Another name that always gets thrown around when there's a quarterback opening anywhere. the great kneeler himself, Colin
No.
Kaepernick.
And I only say no.
Do we see a Colin Kaepernick return?
It's nothing against what
Is
he
Colin
did.
Kaepernick's
It's
time
him himself.
just
I never
gone?
thought he
His
was
window
that good
was
of a player.
closed.
And I understand that to some people that is absolutely blasphemous to say. He played in it.
Did he win the Super Bowl he was in, or did he just play in it?
Joe Flacco's only Super Bowl was against
I couldn't remember if he
was
played
Colin
it.
Kaepernick.
Or
It
if
was
he
them
actually
against the
won.
Ravens.
And they lost power during the game, didn't
Colin
they?
Kaepernick.
Elite Joe
Yeah.
Flacco. Thank you very much.
So that's what he has going for him. I don't think he's
Yeah.
ever been
Yeah.
a good quarterback. I don't
couldn't
think that
remember
he's
if
ever been a good player. I
he
put
won
him
that
with Cam
or not.
Newton. He made it to the Super Bowl, had a really good year. Nothing during and after.
Stats are kind of saying
I
otherwise.
don't
I
think
know
that
stats will always say otherwise, but
I
no
don't
one
think
wants
it
the
was
PR
what
of it.
he did. I just don't think he was that good of a player. Stats or anything, I don't think he was that good of a player. Because there's other things that go into it.
I mean, he was in the league in 2011. He only played in 3 games. He didn't even start him. His NFL career started in 2012 when I believe that was when Alex Smith got hurt. Because
Yeah.
Alex Smith was playing at San Fran at the time. Because he went 5-2, and his entire career over 12,000 yards passing, 72 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. He has almost a 60% completion percentage.
Yep.
Over his entire career. I don't know. I don't know where the verdict lies on Colin Kaepernick. Because he hasn't played since 2016. He hasn't played since I was a freshman in high school and Cliff was graduating. I now am a senior in college.
Yep.
That I don't know. His last 2 years of his NFL career were not that great. So I don't know. The team just wasn't winning. It wasn't necessarily him. His numbers weren't terrible. Team just wasn't winning.
That was when the injury bug started to happen around the team, and just everyone started dropping like flies.
Because he also did as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing a team
go to
give
the
Colin
team that
Kaepernick
everybody
just one more
dies.
shot. Just to see what would happen. All I know is that that Commanders team, that quarterback room is abysmal.
Yep. I think
Sam
they're trying
Howell?
to lose this year, though.
Sam Howell didn't look bad, though. That's the thing. Sam Howell looked like a competent starting quarterback. Granted, it was against the Cardinals, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. I get the two teams trying to tank this year played each other week 1.
But was it a 3-way
They gotta
match? Because the Texans
fix.
weren't there.
The Texans are bad every year. That doesn't count.
I still think you give
No.
the Texans a couple 3 years and they can keep everyone together. I think they have a shot, especially with how shitty the AFC South is right now. I can
AFC.
see them squeaking in a wild card game. That's not even me fucking around. I fully believe with how shit the AFC South is right now, and it will be probably over the next couple seasons and how wide open it is, I can see him finishing second one of these years in the near future. They got a lot of promising talent in Houston. They just can't fuck it up.
I don't know. Speaking of the AFC South, though, I don't know if I don't think the Colts are going to win a lot of games this year, but goddamn, are they going to be fun to watch? If Sunday was anything to go off of, they are going to be a very fun football team to watch play football this year. I was at work.
Anything seems fun while you're at work.
I was at work watching the game.
I don't think we watched the same game.
It was fun football. It was fun football. I enjoyed watching it.
First half was
It
pretty enjoyable.
sucked ass.
Yeah.
I was also at work,
Best
so I
thing that
couldn't
came
watch
out
the
of it
second
was
half.
the Forrest
But
Buckner. Yeah, because we have freaking Daniel Jones who can't do jack shit
Like the
playing
Giants.
fucking quarterback, and they've invested so much into him, and he can't do shit. No, shut the fuck up about that. Shut up. He pulled off
Leave
something
Danny
that no one
Dimes
else has been
alone.
able to fucking do in the NFL, and it's thanks to Daniel freaking Jones because he is an
No,
absolute
Austin-
piece of shit
I am-
quarterback from Duke.
Not the college argument. Austin, what's your defense of Danny Dimes?
You put any quarterback in that scenario, and they're going to do the same exact. That O-line is fucking dog shit.
Even when we had a good
That's why
offensive
they
line
paid
in
him all
New
that
York,
money,
he still couldn't do
is 'cause he
anything.
has to
Sorry,
play
New
behind that
Jersey, there's
shitty
certain
offensive
people who
line.
don't want to say it. The immediate season
When
the immediate season
when
after
have
they
you ever
benched
had
Eli,
a good
they still
line
had a
in New
decent
York?
line.
When he
I
has been there.
believe that
When?
was, if correct me if I'm wrong, Eli got benched in 2018, 2019, so 2017.
Well, seeing as he wasn't there in 2018,
I can't
it's
remember.
a little tough. What's crazy is you're kind of looking at the same caliber of quarterback just based off of stats.
Josh Allen, right?
I knew I didn't like him
No,
for a reason.
Colin Kaepernick.
Two quarterbacks I can't stand
wild.
have the same stats, and I don't like
11,000
either of them.
yards, 60 touchdowns, 36 interceptions. .63 overall, career completion percentage.
That's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad.
Danny Dimes, if he is anywhere else, probably does better. The issue with Danny Dimes is the teams around him. I'm not going to fucking let go of that. Name a good Giants team. Last year was the best year that they've had, and the best team that they've had since he's been there. And what did he do? He went 15-5. That's touchdown. That's not games. He went 9-6, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, over 3,200 yards passing.
That's a lot of yards passing. It's more than I
Because they
thought.
had a fucking decent team. It's almost crazy what a quarterback can do when you build a team around him. Jesus Christ. It took the Colts years to learn that.
Thank God Peyton didn't bow out early.
I just don't. You can't blame everything on Daniel Jones when that defense is not very good.
It is an argument I will never win.
their offensive
I
line
also don't
blows.
think New York will win with Daniel Jones as quarterback.
Well, they won't ever win because they can't build a team.
There's got to be some reason for that. They got to have money tied up somewhere for some reason.
Dude,
All
Unless
I'm
they're
saying
just-
is
idiot.
I don't know.
They are
the dream
idiots
of
with
an
their
all
money,
New
straight
York
up.
Super Bowl is getting further and further by the year.
At least they spend out money to bring back the running backs and stuff. I mean, can't say the same for the Colts. Freaking stead free willing it.
Well, you're giving Leonard Williams $32 million a year. Andori Jackson, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Did I say that right? They're giving him 19 a year. Danny Jones is getting 15, Saquon's getting 10, and then your next two highest paid are offensive linemen, and Andrew Thomas and Mark Glowinski. So I don't know. You're paying Tyrod Taylor $7 million a year.
Glowinski isn't a bad O lineman. I'm pretty sure he was with the Lions before he went to the Giants.
I think he was.
Or was he with the Colts?
Oh, give me a second.
Yeah, he was with the Colts. So I take that back. He's probably not that good then. Because those Colts O-lines were horrid.
Giving him a lot of money to be bad. So,
anything else? The entire Giants organization.
Anything else we want to talk about from week 1 of the NFL? For those of you who have bet on the underdog Aaron Rodgers more than half a yard, I am sorry for you. Because the underdog was running one of their specials where they give a player like insanely like low odds on something crazy, so that way they can win you in and get some money. And it was Aaron Rodgers for over half a yard. Aaron Rodgers reported 0 yards.
I put 3 bets.
I didn't put any bets out because my bank made me sign a contract.
Kansas City Lions game, and none of them
do
hit.
betting.
That's
Fuck
rough.
you. Probably.
That's for the best.
That's for the first I've heard that.
You'll end up like me.
Austin, how far are you in the hole?
Not that far, maybe like $20-$30.
That's not bad.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. But that's just sports gambling.
Like in general, not even just the NFL.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it's now time to shift gears and talk about the other kind of football as we shift into Golazzos with Garin, talking about the Premier League, the British Premier League, where a couple of those matches were actually in the last parlay for the now undisputed Ace in the Hole Sports Championship. As we will dive into the fixtures real quick, just wanted to shout out Lionel Messi. Lost his first game since coming to America. He lost to the club in Nashville. They have a name, but I forget. They lost to the Nashville Football Club. So that's pretty rough. Right after winning the League Cup. So apparently it's not all sunshine and roses. I will secede a point, though, because in the Arsenal-Manchester United match, Arsenal came out on top 3-1.
How about them Gunners?
It was a bogus offside call, but that was only 1 goal, and they lost by 2. So,
Man U's 11th right now in the Premier League, just saying.
Yes, they are. I'll give you a table rundown here in a second, but we're going to talk about the 3 matches that have happened so far. Eli, you'll enjoy this result. Tottenham beat Manchester United 2-0.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, I'm looking at the standings right now. Tottenham is second behind Man City.
Yeah, City's leading the league right now. We'll get to the Premier League standings here in just a second. Manchester United beat Nottingham Forest 3-2, and Arsenal beat Man United 3-1. And we've only played 3 matches so far in the league. And here is your standings so far. Eli, so once again, I would like to question you on why you've picked to support Tottenham. As, we go on talking about the table real quick. Man City is in first, Tottenham second, Liverpool third, the Hammers of West Ham in fourth, Arsenal bringing up the last of the top 5. And then,
Crystal Palace in 7th.
Crystal Palace, we have Brighton 6th, Crystal Palace 7th, Brentford 8th.
I love this point. I was about to say, I love this point of the year because you have all these teams that are going to get blown out later in the year. And it's not even going to be a close race. Like, Tottenham's not going to be second. They'll be lucky to finish in the top 15.
They have a chance to play Champions League football. They can finish in the top 4.
Crystal Palace is not finishing in the top 15.
No.
They're going to be lucky to stay in the Premier League.
And here's some bigger names down the table. You got Manchester United in 11th, Chelsea in 12th, the Khan-owned Fulham in 13th, Newcastle's in 14th, Wolverhampton Wolves in 15th.
The Wolves.
Everton is 18th, Luton Town is 19th, and Barnley is 20th. So that is your recap of the football
Champions League.
It hasn't started yet, Austin.
The drawings did. They drew groups.
Yes, the drawings happened. And the groups are not exactly kind to our European teams. but since it has been brought up, I will find them real quick.
I've got them pulled up.
I'd say if you want to go ahead and read them off.
Yeah, so Group A, you got Bayern.
Munich.
Bayern? I never know how to pronounce that. Man U, Copenhagen. Oh my goodness. And Galatasaray.
That is not how you say that, but good try.
Well, how do you say it then?
It's not Sare, it's Sore.
All right. Well, Group B, you got Sevilla, Arsenal,
Sevilla.
PSV, and Linz. It's not Spanish.
They say it's Sevilla, I promise.
Okay. Group C, you got Napoli, Real Madrid, Braga, and Union Berlin. What?
Napoli.
What? Bro, I'm American. Group D, you've got Real Sociedad, Salzburg, Inter, and Benfica. Is it Benfica? See, I don't know if it's Spanish or not.
Benfica.
See, that's Benfica, but that's not fucking Sevilla. Yep. Group E, you got Feyenoord, Atletico de Madrid, Lazio, and Celtic. Group F, you got PSG, so Paris. Is PSG
Paris
correct?
Saint-Germain, yeah.
Because it's Paris. Yeah, so Dortmund, Milan, and Newcastle.
Milan?
Crazy enough, Group. I said Milan. I said Milan and Newcastle.
It's Milan.
Whatever. What's crazy is Group F is probably the most stacked out of any.
It is.
I got with recognizable names.
It is. And honestly,
Group G,
Newcastle has a fighting chance out of Group F, and that's the wildest thing I'm going to say all year.
Group G, you got Man City, Leipzig.
Good luck.
I got it. Hold on. Cervena Zvezda.
That's good enough. Keep going.
And the Young Boys. Where are they from? Is it Brighton? Birmingham?
Young Boys. I forget which league they're from. Give me a second. I've completely forgotten what league they're from.
Well, Group H, you got FC Barcelona, you know. FC Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, and then you got Antwerp.
Which group is that? Young Boys are from Switzerland, by the way.
Group H.
Young Boys are a Swiss football club. You got Shakhtar and Antwerp, yeah. And
yeah, Group F is probably the most stacked one, and that like you said, that's crazy. Because I think Arsenal makes it out of Group B. Man U probably makes it out of Group A.
I don't know. Man U likes to choke these things away.
I think Salzburg probably makes it out of Group D. Real Madrid makes it out of Group C. Group E is a toss-up. I'm not sure about Group
I think that's
E.
a group of death right there, honestly. Like, I understand a lot.
Whoever I was about to say, whoever makes out of that is getting bounced.
I understand that not a lot of people are going to know, Feyenoord, Lazio, or Celtic, but those three teams are on the same level as each other. Atletico is going to win the group no matter what. But those three teams are on the same level as each other, and it's going to be a banger.
Group G, I think Man City will win, but I don't think Leipzig will make it easy. And then Barcelona will make it out of Group H.
And just to be clear, Champions League football is played on Thursdays, in the middle of the week. And then you've got your other conference league. You got your the Europa League, and you have the Conference League below that. Other European football, but
now
that's not nearly as important.
I'll ask you, because I've had this conversation with my friend who's a Chelsea fan. How far do you think Arsenal's going
in the
Champions.
In the Champions League?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know if my mic picked it up. Yeah.
you got to look at their group that they're in. And if you look at the group, they should be able to get out of the group stage. But from there, it's going to depend on the draw. Because they redraw
That's what
after
I
the
said.
group stage.
And I said if Arsenal gets the right draw, I say top 4. I think they very well might be a top 4 team in the Champions League this year.
If they get the right draw and they get stuff going their way, I could see them making the Final Four, but that would require having to dodge Man City, Barcelona, and
That's what I'm saying. If everything
Real.
went absolutely right, they're top 4.
like they could sneak in as the 4th team if they dodge City, Real, and Barcelona. But I don't know. I don't think they'll get that lucky this year.
I think they're coming back to play Champions League football again next year. Anyway.
Oh yeah, they're going to finish top 4 at the table.
I think they finally got their fucking team together.
Well, it's really easy when you have a wonder kid like that.
Something we didn't talk about either when we were talking about NFL, we probably could have lumped it together, was college football.
Well,
Can I
also,
take a
why don't you go ahead and
timeout
take
real
us
quick?
away for college football.
First of my 3 times out.
All right. Well,
I sent a message to the guys. I was very silent right there. I've had some stuff going on in the background of this episode. I just kind of wanted to be straight up front with the viewers real quick. I've had some work things going on and a couple of personal things going on in the background. That's why I was letting these two go at it with all that and kind of stepping back. So I want to apologize to you guys and audience right there that I was kind of withdrawn from all that because I had a lot of things.
I mean, if it's any consolation, I wasn't really expecting you to put
I'm
a whole
trying,
lot of input
man.
into
The end of the football conversation.
Premier League and
yeah.
Try.
Yeah, Premier League and Champions League.
Oh, hell yeah, it is.
Oh, I know, but it's a learning
My-
curve.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn.
My
It's
soccer
very
season
intimidating.
started and my team is 1-0 right now.
I didn't think you were over that curve yet.
I finally have the podcast for it.
Congratulations.
All right.
True Ted Lasso. But
So college football's
first
been
week-
happening. The cupcakes are getting a little stronger.
we are 2 weeks into the season. Well, 3 weeks if you count week 0.
Fucking Notre Dame.
But Notre Dame was the only one
I'll
that
blame
played. It
Colorado.
was like 3 teams that played.
Yeah, but I'm blaming Notre Dame.
Fuck you.
But
You leave Colorado
The-
out
the
of this,
easy-
damn it.
So that'll be a hot topic we'll get to here in a minute. But to just kind of set the scene, we'll go over the top 25. I don't feel like breaking down every single college
I
football
will
game.
state this right now.
That's an episode
Well,
in
well,
itself.
why not?
We can
When
talk
we
about
get-
that for 2 hours. Seeing as you can wait, seeing as we're already 2 weeks into the season, I don't want to break down every single game, but the top 25 right now, the AP top 25. You got Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, Texas, Southern Cal, Ohio State, Penn State, Washington, Notre Dame,
That's
and Alabama
weird to
round out
hear.
your top 10. 1-1 Alabama. 1-1 Alabama
Yeah,
lost
it
to
was.
Texas.
Was that Notre Dame
Dame
in the
Face
top
in
10?
every fucking conference.
Number 9. The rest of your top 20. The rest of the top 25 in order: Tennessee, Utah, Oregon, LSU, Kansas State, Oregon State, Ole Miss, Colorado, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Duke, Miami, Washington State, UCLA, and Iowa.
Why did you
Round out
bark
your
when you
top
said Duke?
25. You never seen that?
No.
Old Cedric Highsmith from Duke University.
I haven't seen that before, no. Anyway.
And the coaches poll looks a lot of the same. I went over. I said USC. Did I?
Yeah,
not?
you said Southern California.
Yeah, USC's 5. The coaches poll looks a lot of the same. It's just down there, the bottom of the 25 kind of shift around. They have Colorado at 21 and not 18. So that's the biggest difference there. Your teams that dropped out of the top 25. This doesn't have it. The coaches one has teams that dropped out of the top 25, which are Wisconsin, Tulane, and Texas A&M.
Not Tulane.
Others receiving votes for the top 25, Clemson, Arkansas. Clemson's really the only one with any substantial votes. They have 86 votes. Arkansas has 33. TCU and Kansas both have 19. And James Madison has 1. Someone's voting for James Madison to be in the top 25.
Okay.
A single person.
Okay, that's interesting.
But for those of you that are big into the Heisman race,
He's been
Marvin
good.
Harrison Jr. is making a very strong statement as to why
Yes,
he should
he
be
is.
the
He's
Heisman
been-
this year.
Phenomenal.
He's been balling out.
So also
See, I haven't
Quinn
seen him
Ewers.
play yet.
Quinn Ewers put on kind of a masterclass against
I
Alabama.
didn't catch
Yeah.
that game.
Texas quarterback.
I'll tell you what.
And then Sam Hartman is also in the conversation as well. And of course, Caleb Williams, obviously. SEC kind of weak on Heisman candidates this year. According to NCAA, the top candidate coming out of the SEC is the LSU quarterback.
Well, don't worry. That'll change next year when you get all the teams in the goddamn universe to play in the SEC, and then the SEC will have all the
What's the
Heisman
gameplay?
candidates.
Now that's the Big Ten. I think Brock Bowers is high key a Heisman dark horse.
Really?
Tight end.
I don't
Tight end from Georgia.
know about that. I don't know
I also
about
think
that.
it's funny how they go all the way down to D3. Like a D3 player can win the Heisman.
I mean, if you light it up, I guess. Go ahead.
I'm all for like an FCS or a
HBCU.
D2 or hell D3 quarterback or anyone to win the Heisman. I say we make it happen.
So we just hijack the
The issue
voting.
with that though is they don't get a lot of eyes on them. That's the main issue. They could light it up, but it doesn't matter because they won't have that Heisman moment
Yeah.
because no one's fucking watching D3 football.
And that's the thing. People will always talk about that Heisman moment.
Well, that's the point of being like it's one of the things that I truly think it is one of the things that
Heisman
factors
helps
into
a
it.
lot.
Because if you don't have
there's
any
a lot of
outstanding
people who
moments or
went
anything,
into
then
the NFL
why are they
and
going
were
to pick
picked
you?
highly because of the Heisman. Freaking Baker Mayfield.
Here's something I would like to say real quick. When it comes to the Heisman, out
Sure.
of the last 13, only 2 have not been quarterbacks. So, it'll be interesting.
Was one of those AP?
In the last 13 years?
Oh no. Last 13 years.
Derrick Henry and Devonta Smith.
Yeah, I forgot Derrick Henry.
I forgot
was
he's
even in
playing
person.
football.
I forgot Derrick Henry
I've
played
not
college
heard-
football at Alabama.
I've not heard a lot about him.
That is a kind of crazy stat.
Yeah.
But both non-quarterback Heisman winners past 10 years or 13 years or whatever it is. Both from Alabama.
Yep. It goes back even further than
Number
that.
10 Alabama.
It goes back even further than that.
1-1 Alabama.
The last non-quarterback that didn't go to Alabama that won the Heisman had to vacate it because it was Reggie Bush in 05.
Yep.
So then you have to go to Eric
Is it
Crouch,
Bush trying
who
to get
technically
his
was also a
Heisman
wide
back?
receiver in 01.
So
He's been trying for years.
I don't know if he ever will or not.
I don't see why they would take it away in the first
think-
place, because all he did was sign autographs for money, right?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't paid attention to the scandal.
because Johnny Manziel's an enigma.
So then why didn't they take Johnny Manziel's away? Oh, hold on. Let me look it up. I might have just made an egregious mistake.
Because I know Bush was about getting paid. That's I remember that, but I don't remember why.
We want to have the great debate, Cliff.
Anyway, while they're looking that up,
Come on.
I would like to
Come
open
The
the floor to
Colorado
Eli with his talks
is
about college
overhyped as
football and
shit.
anything that he wants to bring up.
And I have given them 2 games that I think will be their toughest challenge this season. I believe it was USC, and what was the second one? It's the game immediately after that.
I don't know. You're the one who's hating on him.
Yeah, that's. But by the way, that's the only reason
Oregon.
he received improper benefits that violated NCAA rules. So he voluntarily gave up. He voluntarily gave up his Heisman. By the way, they didn't take it.
If Colorado can
Heisman
beat Oregon
Trust,
and then
like,
USC
Foundation
September
or whatever it was
23rd and
after him.
September 30th, I will publicly apologize on here, whatever podcast we're recording, to Colorado and Mr. Dion. Oh, I'm sorry.
Of course, you're going to pick the
They
game
played
that's against
TCU,
the top
Nebraska,
5
and they're
team.
going to be playing Colorado
the
State.
team that may get into the playoff.
Are we giving them the Notre Dame schedule here? I'll shit on my own team for that one.
Here is my thing. Here's my thing with Colorado. And I'm in the middle ground here between you two. One of you really like Colorado, the other one hates it. I'm in the middle ground here. Colorado was one of the worst football programs year in and year out. Especially last year. They were one of the worst ones last year. They historically have not been good. Dion can get his players to run through a fucking wall for him. Colorado has never had that head coach. They're 18th now. Like Eli has said, TCU was criminally overrated. First off, Nebraska, a team that I was particularly high on, kind of been shit in the bed. They play Colorado State next week in a rivalry game. That, once again, a rivalry game. Big game. So we'll have to see. And then they really start their tough run. They have number 13 Oregon at Oregon, I'm pretty sure. And then USC at home. And then Arizona State, which they should be able to beat Arizona State. Stanford will be tough. UCLA will be tough. And Oregon State will be tough. So will Arizona and Washington. The rest of their schedule is not easy. So, are people getting a little too high on Colorado as of now? I think so. But the hype right now is warranted. They beat a TCU team that was criminally overrated, like I just said. But they still won, regardless. They beat a Big Ten team in Nebraska, who I thought was going to have a pretty decent year. And so far, they're 0-2, losing to Minnesota and Colorado. The Big Ten West is still wide open, by the way. Just throwing that in there. And then you go to I think Colorado State comes to you. That's a rivalry game. We'll see. I think this week will be the last true week we get to see Colorado behind this hype train, behind Dion, behind primetime. I think their flaws will start to show against Oregon, and I think they'll show even more against USC. They'll try to have a bounce back game against Arizona State, and hopefully that can carry them into Stanford. And I think UCLA, if they can keep the fucking train together, if Chip Kelly can keep his team on the track, I think they probably lose that game. Their schedule's no joke. The first 3 games have been kind of iffy. But for me, the verdict is still out on Colorado. Just because I know what program,
and I don't disagree with what he came
walked into.
I saw what he did. He coached a couple seasons high school, did he not, before going into Colorado to coach?
No, he was at Jackson State.
I think he had the same hype going about him. I know this is going to be completely weird to say. He had the same hype going into this coaching position with Colorado that Aaron Rodgers had going to the Jets. And we have already seen one thing.
There's a difference, though.
I have nothing against Dion.
Grimes was warranted.
I think he was a great player. I think he could be an amazing coach. I just think all the hype around this team and everything going into this has been overhyped. They're continuing to be overhyped. And I think the Oregon game is going to be their first true test. And that USC game is going to be an absolute, probably amazing game for them. It's going to be an amazing game for USC too. I don't see them walking out of one of these 2 games, possibly both of them, the winner. Maybe they do. Maybe the apology is warranted and the hype is real. I just do not see them right now as true contenders after beating TCU, who we have had this disagreement. I'm not saying that they were completely awful. They made it to the Natty. Yes, they made it to the national championship. They lost. Big margin. As you pointed out, there was an Alabama-Clemson game, was there not? I think, where I think it was Alabama got blown out for the national championship. Yeah, that was one of the things that you brought up. Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. TCU potentially next season or a couple seasons later could make it back. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for them. I do not think that they were a good team going into this season.
My issue with the statement Cliff made was that he called TCU
and there was
a
that
powerhouse,
part too.
and TCU
and then you go into Nebraska, who a lot of people
thought
thought was going to be really good this season, and they have shit the bed completely. I had a couple people that thought that Nebraska was going to be good.
Not a whole lot of people, just me. and I didn't think they'd be great.
I didn't know Colorado
State
had a football team.
Big Ten West, which they still do.
Honest with you, didn't know they had a football team. So that game, probably gonna see like 100-0. Colorado beats Colorado State. Can't say it's not gonna happen.
What's crazy is Colorado State has been like historically better than Colorado.
Yep.
Because I'm saying it now. I'm saying Colorado's going to beat them, and somehow, some freaking way, because I'm cheering for Colorado to win a game, Colorado freaking loses 50-10. It's just my luck. It's just how it goes. But I don't see, and maybe I'm going to eat my own words. I hope I do. I hope I genuinely do.
Well, seeing as Colorado State has only beaten them 22 times. But that's crazy though, because I feel like I almost vividly remember Colorado State like almost always putting together a decent season.
I only remember Colorado State when we were playing NCAA games. And you would go, oh yeah, they're a really good team, and I got the absolute shittiest team that was on the roster. Because you would go, this is an amazing team, and I'd click them, and that would be that. That's
Sounds
who I
like
ended
something you
up
do,
with.
Austin.
That's not my fault.
So-
Bro can't read. Also, I can talk about that when we get to the MLB.
I want to say my piece about this, and then we'll move on to Austin and the MLB. Prime has come into a historically bad program. Has come in and has absolutely turned it around 180. I am riding the hype train. They are going to make a bowl this year. They're going to win a bowl this year. And they are going to continue to get better and better. Do I think they're going to be a national contender this year? No. No. God, no. Not until Georgia falls off the face of the planet do they maybe have a chance. But I do believe that Prime is here to stay. He has single-handedly turned around Colorado and will continue to do so. I think
so.
they're
What
here.
game are they going to win that they aren't supposed to?
I fully believe that on their schedule, the games they're not going to win is either Arizona State, Oregon, or UCLA.
You think they can beat USC?
I said
You said
UCLA,
who they're
not
going to lose
USC.
to, Cliff.
You think that they can beat USC?
Oh, sorry. No, that's who I fully believe they can beat that they're not supposed to lose to. Or whatever.
I was probably to say, well, the way I'm working it out,
Yeah.
they're supposed to beat Colorado 3-0. And then the other two games that they probably should win are Arizona and Colorado, and I'm
I
not
think they
fully
could beat
committed on
Washington
that
State.
either. So then who else do you think that they can
I
beat?
think they could beat Oregon State.
Oregon, UCLA, Arizona State.
You think
I
they,
think they-
you think they can beat Oregon?
Yeah, I really do. I believe Oregon's overhyped.
I'm going to say,
this
I
year.
think they may be able to beat Stanford.
Crazy how you said all those names and Stanford wasn't one of them.
I just assumed that was
Stanford
on the list
is
for a
the
win.
game.
Is there any doubt of the Stanford game? Did I miss that?
For me, there is.
Why?
Because Stanford's always decent. Stanford hasn't been great since they had their entire
So far,
crop
Stanford
of
is
NFL
1-1.
caliber players, but they're always decent. They did get blown
Yeah.
out. Yeah, they did get blown out by 46 to USC.
Yeah.
But that's USC. So
anyway,
the real telling sign for two teams that Colorado will play is week 4 because Stanford plays Arizona.
yep.
So that'll be.
So that's my take on Colorado. I really do think that Prime's going to turn around. They're going to keep getting better and better, but I don't. They're not a national contender yet, but by God, are they going to be a fun team to watch and make a lot of noise?
Also, back to my Big Ten West comment, and we can move on to the MLB. Minnesota is leading the Big Ten West. They're 2-0 right now. They're 1-0 in the conference. Nebraska is 0-2, and they're 0-1 in the conference. They're at the very bottom. Purdue is 1-1. They lost to fucking Fresno State, which I saw coming from a mile away, and if I could have bet on that game, I would have. Because I will say it. This is another thing. I will say I need to get it tattooed on it. I will say this to anyone that listens. Purdue is a dog shit school, athletics-wise, because they always play to their competition no matter what sport it is. Football, basketball, wrestling, doesn't matter. They're always going to play to their competition, and they will always lose. Which is why almost every year, without fault, Purdue makes some giant upset. They'll beat like Ohio State at home or some shit, and they'll lose to Rutgers the next week.
Yep.
Never, ever bet on Purdue. Ever.
I can't
If
disagree
Purdue
with
is
what I'm
involved
hearing.
in a game, don't ever bet on them.
Ass.
I 100% agree. Purdue is the definition of however my opponent shows up tonight, that's how I am.
That's why they lost to Fresno State. At home. They got
We want to talk about both
Fresno
states.
State got paid $1.35 million to beat Purdue at home.
Yep.
Do we want to?
Ball State made
Do we wanna talk about Ball
$3.25 million
State's game, though?
over the first 2
And
weeks.
from what I saw, they didn't have many injuries either, so they made it out pretty unscathed.
No, they had a they had a giant injury in the Kentucky
Oh,
game.
did they?
Clayton Cole.
Oh.
He is like
We wanna
the
talk
heart
about
of the
Ball
team,
State's
and
past
he went.
football
Like, I'm
game?
pretty sure he's out for quite a while.
Oof.
Austin's love team and Austin's college team.
They're going up against number 1 in the country. What do you expect? I'm trying to read what happened to Clayton Cole because I still
Nice.
all we know is that it's an ankle injury
Ooh.
he suffered late in the first half.
Fun.
Oh, he underwent surgery.
Oh God.
But yeah, Ball State played Kentucky week 1 and then Georgia week 2. They held Georgia to 0 points in the first quarter, and then it was 31-0 in the second quarter. Going into halftime, it was 31-0. We were leading Kentucky coming out of the first quarter, and then we ended up losing. I mean, what else do you expect? What else do you expect out of a MAC team playing 2 SEC teams? It's all about this, baby.
Ball State made their money.
All that matters. $30.25 million of it. That the shoes
I do
need
like Ball
upgrades,
State's
baby. Ball State's home field is called Schumann Stadium.
midfield
Is that what they're going to use it
logo
for?
that they did this season.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
do. I want, and I've told you this since you.
I don't.
I've
I'm not a
told you this
fan
since
of
you've gone
I'm
there.
not a
I
fan-
want a Dancing Charlie.
not a
Something
fan of
Dancing
Dancing
Charlie.
Charlie.
I just keep forgetting to send payment and get you something.
Hold on.
The
I'll be right back.
best
I got something
logo
out
what
there that has Dancing Charlie
Dancing
on it.
Straight
Charlie?
up, I love it so
I'll show you.
much. I know it's so stupid, but I love it so much. It's something
Is
with
it?
like logos that typically you only see the head. That when it gets like a whole body added to it, that just makes me so happy. I love it so much.
I normally have my hat in here, but
So is it like the?
Yes, I love it so much.
So is it like full
I
body?
love it. It's like
Oh my
it's
God!
when it's like the head logo,
Why do you like that, Eli?
and then you add a body to it.
so
Makes me so happy.
This was the logo.
I love that logo.
This was the logo that they had.
I like that logo.
I need one of those.
And then that's the new logo that they got.
I love that logo too,
I
but
don't
it's like
mind
any
it.
logo you
I
just like
don't see how it's better
from
than
the-
this though.
the head straight to like a body added to it.
A lot of people
Like-
hate this logo.
Why?
I don't
The-
know. All I know is that every time I see someone talking about it, they're like, "How the
Today.
fuck do you mess up a cardinal?"
While I was still on football,
So
middle school football jersey, and hometown it says Cubs on the back, and it's a picture of the Chicago Bear logo on the back, like a bear head. It's the I don't
know how I feel about that.
because number
That's
one,
the
it's not
most
even a
hometown
cub;
thing I've
it's a
ever
grown ass
heard.
bear. Number two, our mascot's not a bear. It's not what it is. Yeah,
No, it's a cub.
all right. Well, now that we can move past that, I'm gonna move into my segment, rounding third with Austin, going into the MLB kind of outlook standings and then playoff projections. We'll start with the playoff projections because, as we mentioned in the beginning of the episode, the road to October has already started. The postseason picture is already being painted, and there are just a handful of teams hoping to make it in within the last stroke of that paintbrush before the painting is fully complete. The two NL teams that are for sure going to make it are
Yankees?
the.
he's
Did
being
I
an
say
asshole.
AL?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Okay, well, NL teams, the NL teams that for sure will make it, unless somehow they die, I don't know. are the Braves and the Dodgers up. They'll be your 1 and 2 seed. Braves will be your 1 seed. Dodgers will be your 2 seed. That's almost completely locked up. Like I said, unless they somehow die, they're making the playoffs. From there, all of it is actually really, really tight in the NL. So from there, as of right now, your 3 through 6 are the Brewers at 3 would play the Diamondbacks, who are in 6
that
seed.
may end up
And
switching
your
around.
5 seed Cubs will play your 4 seed Phillies. Now,
We just lose to the Braves.
there's no may about it. It will, because once you get past the like I said, once you get past the I need to put my glasses back on. I can barely read this. They got white text over a black background, and it's fucking me up. Once you get past the top 3 in the NL, it is so close. Like
No matter what, the Phillies
trying to see
should
where it
end
said
up
it
in the
earlier.
wild card picture.
it just
Mm-hmm.
they should, because they have the tiebreakers locked up over the Reds, Cubs, and
The
D-backs.
Cubs are
who are the only other
terrifying.
3 besides the Giants.
the Cubs are one
Now
win behind us,
It was here earlier. It's fucking gone
and
now.
they're playing the Rockies currently.
Cup. Well, they're only 3 games back behind the division
Look,
lead.
I'm just here to
In the
say,
NL
if
Central.
Phillies
Yeah, the NL
make
Central
it to the
tightened
playoffs and
itself way
somehow
back
make it
up.
to the World Series again, I swear, any of you fuckers decide to pull up your shirt and pretend that you don't have a fucking wire on underneath you, I swear to God, I will find out where you are and hit you with your own fucking baseball bat. You cost us, motherfucker. The World Series,
I don't know
I
what you're talking about.
forget his freaking name.
What's he going on
He-
about?
Threw up
Talking
his
about the
shirt.
trash
It
can.
was against the Astros. Threw up his freaking shirt and starts pointing, saying we don't have a wire, going towards the Astros cheating, calling out the Astros for cheating, and we lost every single game after that. Fucking asshole.
Well, I finally found it to where I can actually read it. Arizona holds the last NL wildcard spot, but San Fran and Miami are both 1.5 games back, and Cincinnati is 2 games back. And then above the cut line, Chicago is 2 games ahead of Arizona, and then Philadelphia is 3.5 games ahead of Arizona. Good thing to keep in mind as well is that the Reds don't play they play 1 team over 500 the rest of the year, and that is the Twins, and all 3 games are in Cincinnati. So the Reds very well could make a very, very dangerous late season playoff push.
I just want to throw this out there real quick. We're all shitting on, the NL. It's the NL East that has the Yankees and all them in it, right?
AL East.
AL East. I enjoy shitting on that. But mathematically, every team in that division is still eligible for the playoffs. Every single one of them. The Red Sox,
they're all
the Yankees,
over 500.
all of them are still mathematically eligible. And if it's mathematically possible, then god damn it can happen.
So, speaking of, we'll flip over to the AL playoff picture. The way that it looks right now, let me scroll back up here. Right now, the AL, your 2 buys will be the Orioles and Astros, and your wild card will be the Twins, who are number 3, versus Texas Rangers, who would be the 6th seed. And the number 4 seed Rays will play the 5 seed Blue Jays. As far as the wild card standings go, Texas is at the cutoff line. The Rangers have a half-game lead over Seattle and a 6-game lead over Boston. So it's pretty much a 1-team race to get that final spot in the AL. But also, Toronto is only a half game ahead of Texas. And then Tampa Bay is 9 games ahead. So really, those 3 teams there are the only 3 that are going to have to fight tooth and nail to get that final spot. Because Seattle's a half a game back behind Texas, Toronto's a half a game ahead of Texas, and then Texas is sitting in the perfect middle. So the playoff picture, like I said, is being shaped. Nothing set in stone yet, but both AL and NL are looking very, very interesting going into the playoffs. Just a little standings update. Sure, you could gather it from the playoff picture, but the Braves still lead the NL East. Phillies are 15 games behind them, and the Marlins, who are also in the hunt for the wild card, 20 games back behind the Braves, third in their division. NL Central, you got the Brewers leading the way, Cubs 3 games back, and then the Reds 7 games back. Dodgers are 12 games ahead of the Diamondbacks, and then 13 and a half again ahead of San Fran, which those 2 teams are also still in the hunt for the NL wild card. Switching over to the American League, every team is at or above 500 in the AL East. The Orioles are in the lead by 3 games. They're leading Tampa Bay, and then the Blue Jays are 11 and a half back. AL Central, the Twins are leading the way. Cleveland Guardians, 7.5 games back behind them. And then Detroit is your third place in the AL Central, 8.5 games back. AL West, no surprise. Houston Astros are leading the way, 82 and 63, 2 games behind them. Texas Rangers, 2.5 games back. Seattle Mariners. And the only reason I'm bringing up this team, because it's a perfect segue, 4th in the AL West, 14 games back. The Los Angeles Angels. And the perfect segue because the Angels are now open to trading Mike Trout if Mike Trout wants to be traded. So not only are they're losing Shohei next year, they're willing to trade Mike Trout, cut ties, and move on from this era of the organization, and just pray that the next one is better. That's really the big rumor and news going around the MLB right now. Power rankings are lining up exactly how you think. Braves, Orioles, Rays, Dodgers, Astros, Blue Jays, Mariners, Brewers, Phillies, and the Cubs round out your top 10 in that order. And then Twins at 11, Diamondbacks. Pretty much all the playoff teams are in the top 15. Yankees at 18, not having the year that they wanted. And then your final 2 in the power rankings. They've been duking it out all year.
They sure have.
Athletics at 29 and the Royals at 30.
They've been fighting for the toilet bowl all year.
Fair to say, I did my best to run through that as fast as possible.
All right.
Anyone else want to discuss anything about MLB?
Well,
the floor is open.
I think I do, as my first leg of the parlay involves an MLB game. For those of you who are new here, we do a parlay style.
You're not doing motorsport?
Well, Max Verstappen wins every weekend. NASCAR is in their playoffs, but nothing has really changed.
Alex Blow won the IndyCar series?
Yeah, but that's been locked up for months. Come on now.
No, it hasn't.
I didn't believe in Scott Dixon. Scott Dixon didn't believe in Scott Dixon.
I did! I believed in Scott Dixon.
Did you?
I did!
Well, I mean, I guess more power to you, but I didn't believe in Scott Dixon.
IndyCar season's wrapped up.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Actually,
Alex Flo won the championship, was dominant all year.
Is it
Pretty much all you need to know about IndyCar. Also,
F1 team
that
remodeling
dude
and fixing
McLaren,
themselves? I want to say they're Indiana-based. I want to say Andretti, but I feel like I'm wrong.
Andretti and Cadillac are attempting to enter Formula One, but I'm not about to
I knew
say anything on that until they're in for sure.
Woo!
Yeah. It's Andretti and Cadillac are attempting to enter into Formula One.
I've had that stuck in my head, waiting
I'm not gonna
and waiting for you to
because
do
there's been
motorsport.
heavy fights from the paddock against it.
Asshole. Ooh. no idea who that is.
McLaren signed David Malukas.
Fair enough. Explains nothing to me.
IndyCar driver.
When was the last one we did of these? Would this have been
A while ago.
that would have been before the
while
passing
ago.
of the Stewart and Haas racer.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like one of the only
Yeah.
like
But she's
up
not a
and coming
Storehouse
people that
racer. She just
actually
raced for
knew-
Tony Stewart.
in sports, in that sports world. I'm trying.
Should get out a little more then.
jeez. All right. Well, like I said, we do a parlay style here for the beautiful Ace in the Hole Sports National Association Predictions Championship.
Woo!
That I'm currently holding, along with the Wrestling Predictions Championship. Only person
If
ever
Austin
holding
wins
both.
it, doesn't that mean he does
And
it?
so,
You're co-champion.
If you guys
buddy.
co-champion both of these,
My
I'm fucking done. I just retire. I retire. If you guys co-champion both of these, I
well, we
retire.
can't because you're not the champion.
Somehow, some way, I retire.
It's history.
It would be history. However, our first game hits close to home, as it'll be the Reds versus the Twins next Tuesday.
Gee, I wonder why you picked this
I would
one.
have no idea. It just stuck out to me for some reason. Eli, it's a game down the stretch. Who you
Do
got?
you want me to ruin the Reds season by picking the Reds, or do you want me to go? We know how this goes. Well,
it's up
I
to
say
you,
that,
bud. You can
but I
pick
picked
whatever.
Tottenham's, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna change the way I pronounce it every single time, just to
You did
annoy
pick
you.
Tottenham, and Tottenham did win.
Tottenham.
I know, and I'm gonna match it every time.
Won, and I picked them. So you want to match that one? You want to match
Oh,
that one?
God.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That one hurt the worst.
Gosh, John.
I don't. So, you pick the Twins. You're gonna pick the Reds. We don't have
I
prospective
don't.
starters yet. We know nothing about
I
this game
don't.
that I know of.
Fuck it. But it's close. It's 75-71
The Twins
Reds
do have a winning
and
record this year.
76-69 Twins. The only thing the Twins have up on them is one win and their loss. They're
Yep.
good. Shit. Fuck it. I'm going with the Reds.
You need to start introducing a timer. Picking the Reds. Austin, who you have?
It's in Cincinnati, but it's a
Best
weekday
time to
game,
win a game, is it not?
so no one's going to be there.
He's picking the Twins because he's a Twins fan.
I want this to go on record. I think the Twins. I'm not a Twins
Ooh,
fan.
I gotta change
I
how
think
I
the
type
Twins
that
will
out.
win, but I'm picking the Reds.
Oh, God damn it.
Three-way tie. Woo!
I'm picking the Reds too, mainly just because I'm going to be there and I want to win.
I will say last time I was there, Christian Encarnacion Strand hit his first walk-off home run of his career, and he's proceeded to hit like 5 more since then, so
There you go.
I was there for his debut. I was there for his first walk-off home run. I'm going to
He's
be there
going
when
to
he hits his
offset
first
it and
cycle
ruin it all.
on Tuesday the 19th.
There you go. All right.
I went through
Eli,
all of the NFL
what is your
games, and
event
let me
for the
tell you, I
parlay?
think week 2 is a bunch of bullshit. Absolute horseshit. Pretty much. The first game is Viking Eagles. First Sunday game is Ravens Bengals. The last Sunday game is
Banger.
Banger.
Dolphins Patriots.
Banger.
And then 2 Monday games. Saints Panthers, Browns Steelers.
Banger.
Banger.
Shut the hell up.
Double banger.
So,
Banger and banger.
I'm going with...
Which one we doing, Eli?
Those are actually a lot of
God.
in-conference rivalries.
Because how can it get much worse? No, I was going to do Packers Falcons, but I'm going to do
Ravens,
Colts
Bengals.
Texans.
Oh God!
I think it's in Texas.
No!
Where's it at?
Is it in Indy or is it in?
It's at Texas. It's at Texas. What are we doing,
I
boys?
might be taking the Texans.
Oh no!
gonna have a W for Wumbo.
Well, who's
taking the
predicting
Texans.
first, Eli?
Oh, I'm taking the Texans straight up.
You have to call out who's first.
Colts ain't got shit.
You're taking the
Anthony
Texans.
Richardson ain't shit. Minshew proved that he wasn't shit when he came in at the end of the game. Taking the Texans. Come on.
Austin.
Let's be co-champs, man. Let's
you
do
got?
it. Me and you. Come on. You could be the first ever double co-champion. Don't that sound tempting?
No.
Oh yeah, no. It was gonna be Packers Falcons. That's what I was gonna do, and then
This is a
I'm like,
tough
no,
one.
this game seems hella sketch and awful in every single way. Banger.
Oh no. Hold on. Let me bring in my
Is it gonna
a
be
consultant.
Is this
real
gonna be
quick.
KP?
I will be right
Is this
back.
gonna be
What?
KP?
Are we allowing this? I don't think we have to allow this.
We don't.
I don't think we have
I'm
to
about
allow
ready
him
to.
to
I was gonna
consult.
be
I don't.
co-champions.
I think
with
we
him, but
can
now he's gonna
forfeit
get
his
KP
pick.
here. I'm gonna forfeit. We're gonna forfeit his pick. He doesn't have to know.
I think we can forfeit.
If it's not KP, we don't take it.
So
It's
I'm bringing in
KP.
a consultant. My
So
roommate.
we're
Caleb?
forfeiting your pick. You took too long.
You can't forfeit my pick. All right. Who do you got? Colts, Texans. It's at Houston.
Realistically, I want to take the Colts in this because I was just looking and the PFF grade for a lot of the Colts defensive players was really high. I think that defense played really well. And if Anthony Richardson can keep himself protected and continue to play the exact same way he did, I don't see any way the Texans can answer that. And I think the Colts get their first win of the season.
But it's at Houston. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I think that can have a small part of it, but I don't think Houston has quite the fan base.
I've never heard
to
so much
make their
bullshit in my
stadium that
life.
Intimidating.
That's true. I've never met an actual Houston fan. Have either
Never.
of you?
And I was
know
a
I
Giants fan. And I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I've never heard
No?
this much
Okay,
bullshit
I'm
in my
taking the
life.
Colts. I'm taking the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts too, mainly because they're the betting odds favorite. And when
That's
it comes
valid.
down to it,
Do you want to give predictions for the rest of these?
I can. They won't be as informed. Opinions,
Well, they aren't.
but-
They won't. They probably won't beat the NFL.
Oh,
It'll just be random stuff. Like-
I don't.
Are we going to me
you
for my
can go
next
next,
pick?
Austin. Yeah, I'll just double up at the end.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the Arsenal versus
Oh,
Everton
Vicky.
game.
Oh, you're gonna make me do it, aren't you?
KP!
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it up there. I don't have any knowledge on that.
All right, my consultant is taking his leave.
I knew who he was going to get. I fucking knew it. I knew it was going to be KP coming through the door.
All right, so who's going first?
Everington.
All right,
what is it?
So who's picking first? You get to decide who picks first.
I'll go first. I'm picking
I
Arsenal.
don't go
Okay.
in order. How do you spell it?
So you're picking Everton, Eli.
Got it. Nope. I didn't know how to spell Tottenham. My bad.
Everton.
Bro doesn't
Ignore
know
the
how to spell it.
stroke I just had right there.
Well, it hurts me to have to pick this, but I have to pick Arsenal. It hurts me to pick it.
So when did you stop being an Arsenal fan?
When Van Persie left, I started being a United fan when Persie left for United from Arsenal.
I wasn't sure. I just remember you used to be an Arsenal fan.
That is correct.
And that's why I was an Arsenal fan. And you switched, and I stayed
did.
loyal.
All right. Now I'm going to throw in the chat for this one. Go ahead and take that link right there. We are predicting the F1 race in Singapore this weekend. I am picking Max Verstappen to win. You
What
can
is
follow
it?
that link,
Oh,
and you will
wow.
get all
I'm
the
gonna get
drivers.
laggy real quick.
And
You
Eli,
guys ready?
who do you
Oh.
have and why?
It's laggy.
The F1 race in Singapore.
Oh no, what?
You're not. You're
What
just
did
shaking.
you just bring me to?
We have the F1 Grand Prix in Singapore. That should be all of the racers in F1.
I'm picking Max Verstappen because that's the only one I know.
Hey, you should pick Esteban Ocon. He's pretty good.
Who the hell are these people? Who are these people?
Panic pick. Who are you
So where is this
It's in
at?
Singapore. These are F1 drivers, Eli.
We got Daniel
Go ahead.
Ricciardo.
Go ahead and try to say some
Go
of their
ahead,
names.
Eli. Entertain us for a second.
I see. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to be.
Ricardo.
I didn't think.
Oh man, bro.
Nick D.
If one of my friends wasn't in a race right now, I could call him and get his expertise.
Liam Lawson,
You know my
Logan
friend
Sargent,
that was in the
Kevin
Olympics?
Magnussen, Yuki Tsunoda, Zhao
Yep.
Magnussen,
Magnussen. Sonoda.
Zhao Gu
Magnussen, Sonoda.
Ganyu, Joe. See, the Chinese is a little bit difficult for
Zhou.
me because I never know
Gungwei.
what letters
yeah.
make what. Valtteri Bottas. Bottas. Nico Hulkenberg.
Valtteri Bottas.
Alexander Albon.
Well, close enough, yeah.
Oscar
Alex
Piastri?
Albon, yeah.
Esteban Ocon.
Oscar Piastri,
Pierre
yeah.
Gasly. Lance Stroll. Lando
Ocon,
Norris. We got George Russell. We got Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
Leclerc?
Okay. Okay.
Leclerc. See, sometimes I don't know if there's
Leclerc.
a silent letter. Carlos Sainz.
Leclerc.
Lewis Hamilton. Sorry. Sainz. See, I wouldn't have even remotely
Sainz.
gotten that one. Fernando Alonso. Sergio Perez. And Max Verstappen. You want to know why I know him? He's been on my freaking TikTok page all week long. How did I do? Did I do good?
What's crazy is Fernando is just third.
I did good.
Fernando
That's
is
wild. So
Yeah.
for my pick, I'm not going Verstappen because Verstappen has never.
That's why I'm
won
picking
at
him. It's because it's his
Singapore.
debut.
That
It'll
is
be the first win at Singapore.
That is a fact. There is
Well,
I've
the
already
debut
said
win
it's
at
not
Singapore.
his debut. I can tell you that. So I'm going Sergio Perez, going back to back. He won it in 2022, and I think he's going to
Wow.
win it in 2023.
That's
I
a
don't
pick from
know
someone who wants
any
to
of
be
these
the
people.
champion right there. I don't know these people. All right.
You didn't.
And
you
for
didn't
our
pick.
very last one, I had to dig deep.
I didn't hear you
I picked Max. I
Like
went
I
first.
said, my shit lagged. It lagged bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I say I picked
Yes.
Sergio Perez.
I had to dig.
Hey, real quick. Shout out to
happening?
Lando Norris.
He
God's
is. He
work
is.
over there at McLaren.
I had to dig deep into the bag for this. Just so you all know, we are going to be doing
Oh God.
the truck race.
Oh God. Hey, if this
At
was NASCAR
Bristol.
Heat, I would win that race, but it's not NASCAR Heat. So no,
Should I
shut up.
contact my
If
friend
you get one more
at
guy
NASCAR?
to do a pick for you, we're forfeiting your pick. Your girl that you know.
Who said it's a guy?
Girl, oh, dear God.
And here is every truck driver we have. The truck series
Hang
is
on,
known
time
for
out. I'm
being
gonna get laggy
wildly
real quick.
unpredictable. And that's why I'm picking it, because god damn it, our picks are way too straight. So,
Nope.
You know what, Austin? Who you picking to win the truck race?
Nope. You're going first. You don't get your message.
Nope, you're going
Have me
first.
go like second or third.
I know these people.
Can I buy
Keep
time?
going. Who
I
you
know
got?
these people.
I already
Who
sent
you
my
got?
message though.
Coy Heim, Christian Christian Akes,
Go ahead and read off some of the names
Grant
then, Eli.
Einfinger,
Since you know him
Carson,
so well.
I can't pronounce his last name if I tried. Effinger, Zane Smith,
Effinger.
Ty Majeski. Shut the fuck up.
Hokevar.
Ben Rhodes, Nicholas Sanchez, Matt.
It's
There you go,
Hocevar.
see?
It's Hocevar.
They've been my speech impediment is not going to let me say that
Carson
one. It's not going to
Hocevar.
let me say that one. Ooh.
Benedetto.
I was going to be a stuttering mess before that one. Matt Crafton, Chase Purdy, Stuart Friesen, Tanner Gray, Jake Garcia, Tyler
Friesen.
Ingram, Taylor Gray. Not even going to try pronouncing that one. Daniel Dye, Haley Deegan. Yeah. Colby
Raja.
Howard, Dean Thompson, Brett Holmes, Lawless Allen, Timmy Hill, Bailey Curry, Caden Honeycutt, Spencer Boyd, Chris Wright. Tell me when I can stop. Jack Wood, William Salowich, Matt Mills, Josh Rom. Salowich. Ryan Vargas, Connor
Swalwich.
Jones, Jake Drew, Tyler
William
Hill,
Swalwich is like 15
Lane
years
Riggs,
old, by
Tony
the way.
Bredinger, Jesse Love, Mason Maggio, Logan Bearden, Justin S. Kale, Chris Hacker,
William
Corey
Swalwich
Roper,
is
David
16 years
Gillian.
old.
I could continue going on and on and on. This is my favorite race series to do in NASCAR Heat.
All right, Austin.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
real-
Love it.
This is the trucks.
Real quick, I just want to say I've seen a lot of these dudes race, and like I've talked to them in person. Like I've seen them with my own two eyes.
Oh yeah.
Winchester 400, baby. I'm going with one of my favorite drivers right now. My correspondent didn't
Carson?
get back to me in time. I'm going with Carson Hocevar.
Not a bad pick, honestly. Not a bad pick.
Do I get my dunce cap yet?
I don't make
Eli?
bad picks.
Why are you picking Haley Deegan?
What? I'm sorry, you just threw me for a loop on that one. Hang on. What? Shut the hell up.
I said, why are you picking Haley Deegan?
First off, fuck you.
Who you
Secondly,
picking?
fuck you. Thirdly, fuck you. Shit.
Fourthly, I got a picture with Carson
So
Hocevar.
Austin's pick is Carson.
I might,
Yeah, we'll put it
I might
right
edit
here.
that into the episode.
There we go.
I'm
I was ready to say I might edit it
Yep.
in. Yes.
I'm
My main
trying to
man,
do
Carson
what I
Hocevar.
know because there was a short time period where I watched these races, like religiously watched these races. Shit. Mostly for the crashes. There was one lady that would always crash her truck every freaking race. Sucked ass. Yeah. That's why I said fuck you, and fuck you.
Haley Deegan.
Shit. I don't like any of the people I want to pick. I don't.
Well, you read everyone off. So.
Where are they at? Bristol? Do we have the entry race? Do
Yep.
we have the entry
Bristol
for it?
night race.
Is that like if I click on that? It's not the
No,
dirt?
it's not the dirt. It's not the dirt. It's not dirt,
Fuck.
Eli. No, it's normal Bristol.
Can we figure out if it's dirt
As far
or
as
not?
I'm
Because
aware,
I
I
had
don't
a
think it's
pick based
Bristol
on
dirt.
dirt, and I don't want to.
No, it's not dirt. No.
I want to
don't
go
think-
Christian,
Yeah, I don't think they raced
and
during
that
the
may sound
playoffs.
completely stupid for me to say, but I want to go with Christian. How dumb do I sound saying that?
Christian X.
All right, Eli. That's definitely a pick. I feel like it could have been worse, but you know,
He's not doing bad this season.
yeah,
I mean, he's got 3 wins.
He does. However, I'm gonna pick Grant Effinger because I think he secures his spot.
Straight up love that series of NASCAR.
All right, and so that will do it for the parlay. That'll do it. We're all set there.
So while he's doing that, am I allowed to
Give
do
me
my
just a second, make sure I've
end the
got
show
everything
segment?
down right.
Oh, also,
See, that's a
the Reds
Yes,
beat
they
the
did.
Tigers.
We've had a
tonight.
lot
That's
of
what I was
highlights and
fucking
stuff.
waiting
Eli,
to
go
say,
ahead
like,
and do
here's
your
a
little
low
spiel.
light. And
Your
I'm
little
going to
end
be
of show
doing
stick.
my most despised player of the week. Or
Eli's
however
fantasy
long
team.
it takes us. And so far, right now, this fucking Josh Allen motherfucker didn't show up. And the Madden curse is in full effect on this dude right now, apparently. Because I have his stats right here from the freaking game. I don't care. This man cost me in 25 fucking leagues.
It's one game.
Dude. 29 and 41 pass completion. 236 yards passing. 1 touchdown pass. 3 interceptions. The guy is throwing to blue
And
players.
all 3 interceptions, I believe, were to
supposed
the
to
same
be.
player.
And is throwing to white jerseys instead. I don't know what he was doing week 1. Hopefully it gets better because my fantasy teams need him to get better. You thought he was clever saying that. Fuck you.
Bro thought he was clever saying that.
I wasn't being clever about shit. I used all my cleverness to do my segment earlier into the red zone with Elijah Red. That's all the brain power I had for this episode. It's done. I'm done.
Right. Austin, go ahead and introduce your new
Okay, so if he
shtick,
doesn't
and
have
we'll get
one,
on to
can
guess
I
the
continue
athlete.
also another
I
low
don't
light?
have one.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
don't
do
another quick
have
one.
All right.
No. It's not about Josh Allen or anything. It's a straight up.
Never
It's
mind, I
just
have one.
Giants
Just so
in
Eli
general.
doesn't talk anymore.
40-0. Giants got decimated. The only team to get decimated. Highlight, Dak Prescott looked really good. Cowboys looked pretty good. Cowboys defense looked amazing. Trey Lance got traded for nothing so far. Fuck you down there. I have to listen to your fucking spiels. You can listen to mine every now and then, you jackass. Fucking thinks he's the champion down there.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can take
then
your
he
headphones
fucking
off
starts
too,
running his mouth about it.
but you don't.
Fine, go. Move on. Fucking move on.
I'll allow it. All right. And since me and Austin share the championship on the regularly scheduled podcast, he will go first in our Guess the Athlete. And I'll wait for him to get his headset back on. Are you ready, Austin, for your Guess the Athlete?
I guess.
All right. This man raced 676 races over 27 years of his career. In his achievements, he was NASCAR Cup Series champion 7 times. He won the Daytona 500, the Brickyard
Yes.
400. It is not Jimmy Johnson.
This
That's
Jimmy
2 guesses.
Johnson.
It is not Kyle Petty.
Is this Kyle Petty? Okay, I'll shut up.
He won the Southern 500 3 times, the Coca-Cola 600 3 times.
There's only like 3 people that have fucking gotten
The
the 7-time
Winston
mark.
500 4 times. He led the Winston Cup Series in wins twice, and he led it in poles once. He won the first ever Budweiser Late Model Sportsman Series race. He led the Busch Series in wins in 1986. And in 1979, he was Rookie of the Year. He was named...
Can that be another
Fuck, by
guess?
Kyle, I meant Richard. I don't think it's Richard anyway, but...
Well, he needs to lock it in if it's a guess or not. He was named one of NASCAR's 50 greatest drivers. He was named one of NASCAR's most popular drivers. He was inducted into the Motorsports Hall of Fame, into the International Motorsports Hall of Fame, and he's in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, along with being named one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers. In his career, he had 76 wins, 428 top 10s, and 22 poles in the highest of NASCAR's series.
But I don't even think I'm right. He has one guess left.
Who is it?
This is Dale Earnhardt, then.
Is that your guess?
The Intimidator.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, because Richard Petty
As soon
won
as you said
Intimidator, Dale
Winston,
Earnhardt.
it immediately, as soon as you said Winston,
I can't believe
Winston, I'm
I
like,
know
oh,
that's
that's
Kyle
Earnhardt.
Petty. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Like, straight up, immediate, boom.
Yep.
None of them clicked in my head. Dale
No,
Earnhardt
literally,
immediately.
there's only 3
Correct.
7-time
Switched.
champions.
Mhm. I don't know a lot about NASCAR, but I know
Dale,
enough.
I didn't think Dale had won it 7 times.
That's why he was... Yeah.
That doesn't get talked... Because I remember a lot of people talking about Richard Petty's
I have a plaque
when Jimmy
of
Johnson
all
got to
his
7,
Winston wins.
but not Dale Earnhardt.
Yep.
So...
All right,
really,
Eli,
yeah.
are you ready? This man is a 14-time All-Star. He won World Series, 3-time AL MVP, 2-time Gold Glove winner, 10-time Silver Slugger, 4-time AL Hank Aaron Award. He was the batting champion 1 year, a 5-time AL home run leader, and a 2-time MLB RBI leader.
Can I get a team? Or a hint? I need a hint. Like something that's actually
do you
going to
blow a
hint?
This man played for 3 teams in his entire career.
Not who I thought it was.
He debuted in 94, retired in
Not who I thought that
2016.
was at all.
Yankees beat the Red Sox.
2016. 94? But you said 94, right?
And in the World Junior Baseball Championship, he
You said
silvered
94, right?
in 1992.
Yeah.
For what, debut?
94 to 2016.
Yeah, he debuted in 94.
God, I'm trying to calculate all the seasons and stuff.
That was when he made his
3 teams
MLB debut.
from 94 to 2016.
Also, something else interesting.
I was going to screenshot
just
that and send
saw
it to you guys.
that
They're
Indiana
gonna have to
canceled their
pay
Louisville
A
series.
fine. Okay.
They're supposed
The
to.
ticket's going to sell at Costco.
Yeah. They were supposed to play 3 games, and then this will be this year will be the only year that they'll meet.
Yeah.
Need another hint, Eli? In no order, the 3 teams he played for were the Yankees, Mariners, Rangers.
No. He only played on the Yankees. Gosh, Janet. Oh, fuck. Hank Aaron Award. In no order. It
What?
was Yankees.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't listening.
He
Mariners
has the
and what
most
team?
career Grand Slams.
What's the teams?
Rangers. Didn't I
Rangers.
have this one already? Because it was Mariners,
Oh, this is
Rangers,
easy.
Yankees.
This is easy.
No, it was Mariners. It was Mariners, Rangers, and then
I don't know, was
Reds.
it?
That's the guy I had last time from Austin. It can't be though. He only ever
This
played
one's
on the
easy.
Yankees.
This is easy.
This man
This is
holds
easy mode.
This man holds several team records,
gonna
several
say
AL
A-Rod,
records,
but
and
I'm
several
probably
major
wrong.
league records.
I only thought he ever played
That
on
is
the
correct.
Yankees. I don't
Alex
remember him
Rodriguez
playing
is
on the
correct.
Rangers and Mariners.
Nope, because he played on the team with Ken
See,
Griffey.
I didn't know that.
Super early in his career because people are still
All
doubting
right.
his ability.
And I have two for you guys to do together. We're gonna knock it out real quick. Ready?
I'm just trying.
Don't
to
worry, this
eat,
one should
bro.
be easy. No. This
Mason
man is
Ferris.
a three-time NBA champion, two-time Finals
Shut
MVP,
up.
three-time NBA MVP. Nope.
Dennis Rodman.
12-time NBA
Damn.
All-Star. He was All-Star Game MVP. 9-time All-NBA First Team, All-NBA Second Team, 3-time Defensive Second Team. He was the National Basketball Association Rookie of the Year, the National Basketball Association All-Rookie Team. He won the three-point contest 3 times. He was a part of the 50-40-90 Club twice. He was AP Athlete of the Year, NBA Lifetime Achievement Award. He was on the NBA Anniversary team. He has his number retired by, I believe, the only team he played for. Yes. He was College Player of the Year. He was 2-time Consensus All-American, third-team All-American. He was MVC Player of the Year twice, and his number is retired by where he went to college. As a coach, he was NBA Coach of the Year and NBA All-Star Game head coach, and he did win Executive of the Year as well.
I forgot he coached.
The hick from French
As
Lick,
soon as
Larry
you
Bird.
said that, yeah.
The hick from
Yep.
French Lick, baby. He coached
Yep,
Indianapolis.
he
did
won
he
in
not?
Indy and he was an executive in Indy.
I didn't even get
All
a
right.
chance to say it.
The hick
Damn
from
it.
French
The,
Lick.
the baddest
baby.
white dude to ever play.
I love Larry Bird.
All right, here's
It's
the
Mr.
last
Guest
one.
a lot over here.
I love Larry Bird.
This man was the PFWA All-Rookie Team. He won the Lou Groza Award, first team All-SEC, second team All-SEC. He was undrafted.
I didn't get a chance.
God damn,
Hot
Austin's
Rod?
on fire.
Ah!
I bet I could get Austin on a guest
I know
athlete.
my kickers, baby.
Well, once you win the
I'm gonna
ring,
give you the biggest Joe
then you can do
Schmo
that.
out there, Cliff.
Because I
I'm
knew
gonna
as
give
soon
you
as
the
he
biggest
said,
Joe
as soon
Schmo.
as he said the Lou Groza word, I was like, that is a motherfucking kicker. As soon as he said SEC, I was like, this motherfucker doesn't know any FCC's kickers besides
I picked it out for
Hot
you.
Rod.
I was trying to be easy, trying to be nice.
Easy. Let me cook.
And just remember that here, no one else has a closing stick, so they put it all on me. And so, as we send it home this time, just remember, if you have trouble with your cupcakes in the first quarter, just wait till the second quarter. They'll fall apart. And we'll catch you on down the road.